Alrighty guys, we're back for 2-turn red deck wins, and this is a Duskmourn standard brew, and I'm Red Cat. Let's briefly go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked. We got all 4 Leyline of Resonance. 4 mana enchantment. If Leyline of Resonance is in your opening hand, you may begin the game with it on the battlefield. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets only a single creature you control, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. Oh dear. So I called it 2-turn red deck wins for a reason, because this opens up a possibility of winning on turn 2, as though this style of deck list was not already fast enough, right? So of course, this is going to be terrific if you see it in the opening hand. However, if you see it after the opening hand at 4 mana, that's going to be pretty steep for what this deck is trying to do. So we do have ways to like trade that out with Demand Answers, for example. This is a 2 mana instant speed as an additional cost to cast this spell. Sacrifice an artifact or discard a card. Draw 2 cards. Not half bad, especially when we have some artifacts packed in that we would not mind sacrificing with the brand spanking new Clockwork Percussionist. 1 mana, 1/1 with haste. Artifact creature. We do have all 4 of them packed in. When this dies, exile the top card of your library. You may play it until the end of your next turn. Not half bad, dude. So yeah, if we're not sending like an extra leyline from our hand to the Demand Answers, I don't think it's going to be unheard of to actually want to sacrifice the Percussionist, draw 2, and then also see an extra 1 off the top, especially when the curve is this low, right? What are we looking at here? Average 1.5, and then hopefully the ley lines are free in our opener. So yeah. All right, guys, so what kind of things are we copying with the Leyline of Resonance? Well, we got a couple Blazing Crescendo. That should do the thing. We have Dreadmaw's Ire. Okay. We have a couple Felonious Rage. We have all 4 Monstrous Rage. Have you guys seen this one yet? All right, we have all 4 Turn Inside Out as well. This is a 1 mana instant speed. Target creature gets +3/+0 until end of turn. And then also, when it dies this turn, you manifest Dread. So to manifest Dread, you look at the top 2 cards of your library, put one of them onto the battlefield face down as a 2/2 creature, and the other into your graveyard. You can turn it face up at any time for its mana cost if it is a creature card. Pretty neat one, man. Yep, I think it'll be fine and dandy in here. So what kind of creatures are we going to be stacking these effects on top of? Well, we have all 4 Monastery Swiftspears. Yep, it's a good one. All 4 Heartfire Heroes, okie dokies, and then all 4 Cacophony Scamps as well. So right now, I'm not going to math it out how we can win on turn 2, but it involves like a Scamp or a Heartfire Hero on turn 1, while the leyline came down free from our opening hand. And then on turn 2, we're boosting the Scamp or the Hero and then throwing it to the opponent's face with the Burn Together side of the Callous Sell-Sword. You guys will notice I only have mountains in here. I opted to just not splash black in the mana base to play the Callous Sell-Sword. It's literally just in here for the adventure side. But honestly, that's entirely up to you if you want to splash some red-black dual lands over in the mana base. Entirely up to you. We do have other creatures in here. Slickshot Show-Off, making the cut as a 1/of, because for some reason I decided that Slickshot Show-Off was going to be a little bit too slow for this build. So yeah, just 1 of them. That's like an incredibly silly thing to say because Show-Off is a very fast card. But we'll see. Maybe in the final thoughts we'll talk about going up some Slickshot Show-Offs. All right, guys, is that everything already? Hopefully I went over the deck list well enough. Either way, I do my dandiest to save the more in-depth discussion for the end of the video. So look forward to that. In the meantime, let's go ahead, take this into some ranked and see how we do. All right, right into that first game. What am I expecting from the build? A little bit, bro, but honestly, if we don't see Leyline in our opener, then I'm a little bit concerned as well. Hey, Leyline in the opener. I mean, we have all 4 of them in here, so now only 1 mana should be concerning, but we go first as well, so the hand's pretty fast. The only thing we copy with the Leyline's Monstrous Rage. I want to keep this just to play the Leyline for free, first of all. Okay. All right, free Leyline of Resonance. Beautiful. Let's go Swiftspear. No, I'll go Scamp because I guess that's a little bit better for the turn 2. Well, I guess it depends, right? If we see a mountain, then we can play Swiftspear out hasty. If we don't see the mountain, I mean, either way, this is still pretty good. Yeah, I mean, go for the swing. See what they do? They do go for the block. Monstrous Rage. Now, the rolls do replace themselves, but it's still pretty darn good to copy the +2/+0. Not half bad, dude. Now, we have the option to sacrifice Scamp for an extra 6 damage. I'm just going to decline for now. That's not enough right now. We don't know how long we're going to have to play the game with one mountain, too, so we'll see, we'll see. This potentially was a mulligan hand until we found 2 mountains, but... Warden, Spyglass. It's great that our Scamp is sticking around here. Now, of course, mountain off the top would be huge for us. It's a Callous Sell-Sword. Not enough yet. At this point, I do wonder if we end up sacrificing Scamp to itself. It's a lot of damage, man, but are we going to be able to find that last 4 without a creature on the board? And only these hasty creatures in hand. Percussionist could have been an interesting one. I'm going to... this is a tough decision, man. I'm going to decline. That's a really tough decision. A Sell-Sword in hand, though, too. Definitely need to see that mountain off the top. They're going to start giving a lifelink to something here. The Warden of the Inner Sky. Looks like that's their choice. They're going to go back up to 13. I'm glad we didn't sacrifice the Scamp. But at the same time, wow, Monstrous Rage off the top. We definitely need that other mountain. So if we swing for 2. I guess it's Monstrous Rage, right? I guess we could sacrifice Scamp, pop the Steel Seraph. It does stop. I love how we're like barely doing anything this game. We've had Scamp and triple Monstrous Rage. Let's go. Man. They're going to be gaining 4 next turn. If we do see the mountain now... Oh, man. All right, I'm going to decline it again. I think we're in trouble, actually. I do. Even if we get them down to 1 right now, I think we'd still be in trouble next turn to get that last bit through, since they're going to be gaining 4 here on their turn. Tough decisions, dude. Let me know in the comments. What would you be doing right now? Would you have just mulliganed and looked for more mana right out the gate? Oh, they're going to be gaining 5. Actually, we're going to be in huge trouble here. They actually... Looks like they're going to tap down, buff this Warden, swing for 9, and go back up to 12. And this one's now going to have Vigilance, too. So it's not like we can see Monstrous Rage number 4 and get the 12 through, because now they'll actually have the blocker. Well... I mean, I guess technically, yeah, I'm pretty sure they would have blocked there for sure. I don't think we would have been able to cheese through. All right, guys. Well, that's that. No other mountain off the top. It was pretty cool to get this free Leyline, though, for the first game, right? Oh, we might as well full swing. It does not really matter here. As they have a lethal in the air regardless. I suppose we could have... Callous Sell-Sword, thrown the Scamp at the Steel Seraph? I guess. I mean, then they still have lethal on the board either way. Just running through our other options. Good game opponent. We'll go ahead and let them play this on out. Get that fun swing in. Because it does, in fact, look like a pretty fun swing. Azorius Artifacts? Right? Just kind of pretty cool. With the Siren and the Warden, I bet they had some clue generation in there too. Yeah, that's a neat deck list from the opponent. All right, guys, first of all, for only 1 mana, we really still did the thing pretty well, honestly. And getting the free Leyline. Yeah, I mean, easily could have gone either way. Let's keep the ball rolling. Leyline, what's up, dude? Okay, we keep this. Well, first of all, this is a much better hand than the last hand, literally just because we actually have 2 mountains. So, I guess brace for the flood? No, I'm just teasing. Even if we did, like, draw mountain after mountain, I guess technically the deck list wouldn't really mind it too much. All right, let's get the Heartfire Hero, and we're setting up. They dropped the nice. Thanks, opponent, but I sense sarcasm. No, opponent, come back. All right, that counts, guys. That counts. All right. Aw, I'm a little sad about it, though. I mean, we didn't have it. I don't know what they had. What's the, oh, the Chandra was the Surveil from the Thundering Falls. So, turn 2, Mountain. At that point, Swiftspear. Felonious Rage onto Hero. Copy onto Swiftspear, right? Remember, like, Prowess reads whenever you cast non-creature spells, so it's not like the copy is also boosting the Prowess. Only the first cast boosts the Prowess. If that's not already obvious, but I thought I'd go over that real quick. Unless the card reads, like, cast the copy, which I guess at that point would have to read, like, cast the copy for free or something. Don't really know how that would read. I wonder how many of these games we're going to have Leyline for free. Not this game, unless we want a mulligan. This is not a mulligan hand, though. Mountain Swiftspear. Hello, fellow red player. Heartfire Hero. Easily could get burnt away here, and it would be a good burn target for the opponent. Okay. Mountain. Is it worth the plot on the Show-Off to pop off next turn? Probably, because if we go Show-Off, swing for 2, then they burn Show-Off. That's pretty sad for us. They could still keep something instant open, but at least we have ways to boost it then. So, yeah, we just go swing 1. Actually, yeah. I was going to say, actually, maybe we should have just kept a chump blocker just in case, but our one of Slickshot Show-Off, let's see if it does the thing. Dude, they're just opting to play it for extra damage here. Boost it too for the turn, which makes a lot of sense, of course, since they had the extra mana to boost. Down to 6. 3rd mountain off the top. Show-Off for free, and I don't believe we have lethal, and the opponent probably has lethal next turn. Well, wait a minute. Even if we keep blockers back, what's the fun in that? I guess if I math this off, what am I trying to say here? I'm going for the swing. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't feel like doing the math. And if I do, I think it's going to be pretty darn close to lethal damage. So we're just going for it. It is 18. Good game, opponent. Good game. So it's like I said, I could have kept blockers back, right? But I'm pretty sure we would have died anyway. So let's find out. So lightning strike. Yep. So we would have gone down to 3. We could have blocked in the air. We could have blocked the challenger. 2 getting through on the Swiftspear. The opponent still had 1 card in hand. But then also we wouldn't have had that incredibly explosive swing too. Yeah, my brain was trying to compute exactly how to say, I want to take the turn for math is for blockers. You know what I mean? I don't know what I was trying to, what kind of riddle I was trying to solve there, but that was a game where Leyline for free would have been crazy, dude. Like, even though the roles replace themselves, just like a whole bunch of bonus +2/+0s from the Monstrous Rages and everything, that would have been crazy, man. I think the big question is, how do we actually warrant all 4 mana top-end enchantments in a deck list like this? And, like, building the deck list to actually say, yes, it is definitely worth all 4 of them. And then also, how often do we mulligan to find the Leyline, because like this also looks like a relatively decent hand. If we lose the Swiftspear early on, we have a chance to actually just see more off Crescendo or Demand Answers. It depends if Swiftspear survives the turn. It does. So we're going to go Crescendo. Opponent's tapped out. We're just doing it now. See what we see off the top. Ooh, Percussionist. Hello, little buddy. I'm excited to see if Percussionist does the thing with Demand Answers. Jeskai colors from the opponent. Lightning Helix is something we see in Jeskai. I like the Scamp drop. We're probably going to be rocking this Demand Answers for the turn. Well, I guess it depends what spot removal they decide to have. Get Lost is another thing. All right, not risking it. Just get a couple through and be happy about it. All right, Scamp. I wouldn't mind keeping Demand Answers, because if they have a turn 3 temporary lockdown, that would be really, really bad. But Scamp doesn't have haste either, so just like setting up the turn for Scamp too. Worth the risk, right? If it's a turn 3 temporary lockdown, I guess it is what it is. And again, Demand Answers can potentially help us find more off the top. We can ditch the mountain or something. It's going to be a Lightning Helix on the Scamp. I'm totally okay with a turn inside out here, as Scamp will ping 4 to the opponent's face, and then we also get the Manifest Dread. How you guys feel about that? So 4 to the opponent's face, back down to 11. Manifest Dread on Swiftspear or Leyline. The other one goes to the grave. I guess it's not like we can turn the Leyline face up, right? It's only if it's a creature, so we might as well go Swiftspear. There's a potential where the prowess gets above where the 2/2 is right now. Okay. Yeah, not terrible. Since they went for the Lightning Helix, it could have just been, I want to gain 3 life, and we don't have, yeah, I was going to say, like, if it was still temporary lockdown, they still could have just played this to spend mana and gain the 3 life anyways. Yeah, we could flip this for 1, see if we find even more. Maybe the prowess gets above it, but maybe not. We go like Demand Answers on Percussionist. We will find even more off the top, but I think we'll keep that open for the opponent's turn, right? We'll start with the swing. It's a swing for 4. So far, for this game, the deck is operating at a much slower pace than we would hope, but I think everything worked out well enough so far. All right, attempt to swing. Yeah, every single turn we want to brace for a board wipe is the thought process here. So yeah, we could try to pop off. We could pay 1, flip the Swiftspear, Demand Answers. Demand Answers, ditch the mountain maybe. But I think I like a little bit of patience here for some reason. And what that would look like is... Let's see. All right. So we'll have the sacrifice on the Percussionist. We'll get the Scamp down. So if they do go board wipe, we go Demand Answers, sacrifice Percussionist, draw 2, see an extra 1 off Percussionist as well. So there's no reason not to set up here, as we're going to see 3 off the top, hopefully. And I doubt it would be like board wipe with a counterspell available too, so... 3 steps ahead, speaking of counterspells. They go for some card draw here. Definitely looking for the board wipe. Ill-timed explosion. Well, crap. All right, let's see what they end up doing here. And let's see what they end up discarding. Then we'll sacrifice the Percussionist. We can do that on the stack still, right? After their decision. I'm a little concerned now. Yes, it pops up the ability on the stack. So 4 damage to everything. We do have the flip on the Swiftspear. That would be really interesting. No, we'll actually be... We'll be out of mana either way, so we'll do Demand Answers. We'll keep the one mountain open because you never know if we find something that can help us replace this properly. Or, yeah, we won't be able to get that Swiftspear above it. Okay, mountain. Crescendo. Dreadmaw's Ire is an attacking creature only. Crap, guys. Okay, not good, not good. Bring the opponent down to 6 here. Get out of this full control because it's making me take too much time. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, guys. We're in trouble, man. We're in trouble. So if I would have kept Scamp back... No, I think I still liked playing it out, right? Because our deck list was operating very slow pace for quite a few extra turns there. Or at least it felt like it. I don't know. I might have been able to optimize these plays a little bit better. Dreadmaw's Ire, I got excited for a second, but yeah, like we potentially could have saved a creature. But since this does read target attacking creature, at that point, pretty much any other of our 1 mana instant speed boosts would have protected our Swiftspear, right? Like Monstrous Rage could have protected it from the 4 damage. Quintoris Con, they go back up to 11 here, guys. And Callous Sell-Sword. Oh, no. And hey, there might be a very good reason to splash black in the mana base so you can actually play the Callous Sell-Sword. Definitely something to consider there. Archangel Elspeth. We could go Blazing Crescendo onto their 3-2 now that they have a creature to target. So that way we could see more off the top, but that would be pretty silly because at any point we could actually find a creature and try our dandiest to push that last bit of damage through. Anticipating the board wipe was the right way to go, but then I still played that Scamp for the turn, which is definitely a regrettable decision when looking back at it this way, but at the same time, just getting more on the board to pressure their face the next turn, instead of playing around the board wipe, right? If we didn't play the Scamp, would it have still been the board wipe? Yes, probably, because they still had a lot of targets on the board. And we could have still played Scamp after the fact.
Never go it alone.
All right, guys. They're probably swinging. Probably going back up to 12 here. A lot of blockers on the ground. I think there's a good reason to stick this out until the very last moment, even though it's heavily leaning towards the opponent. There's a chance. Our hand is pretty good, and we got a lot of mountains on the board. If we see a hasty thing, and we just like dump everything onto it, get some trampling damage through, then throw it at the opponent's face, like, yeah, dude, I think we can still get there. Of course, the opponent has a lot of stuff, a lot of mana open, and it could be more counter spells and whatnot. Heartfire Hero does not have haste, but does it need it? No, it doesn't. It does not need it. All we need is to get a little lucky and the opponent to miss a counter spell. Okay, first of all, Hero hits the board. So, we'll have 3 open. If we go Crescendo, we see an extra off the top. Probably the best bet for now. Either way, it has to be the Monstrous Rage as well, and then the Sell-Sword. But I'd rather see more off the top first. Oh, this also could be like another Lightning Helix or something too. So, at that point, a Braid, 3 damage. We can't get the hero above the 3 damage, can we? Sorcery speed has to be an attacking creature. At that point, what are the odds of us seeing another creature in a row off the top? We might as well. We might. I think we lost, guys. We'll go Monstrous Rage just to get the excess damage through. At least it's not like a Lightning Helix or something. Oh. On the stack, they go Lightning Helix. Wow, they really did not want to take that excess damage, huh? I'll tell you what, the Dreadmaw's Eye are actually really holding us up here, not being able to target something that's not attacking, right? So, I mean, there's a reason it's only a 1-of, but at the same time... All right, how much damage do they got? They got, they have 10 damage. That's not quite enough. Here you go, opponent. Here you go, buddy. Good game. Yeah, there's nothing we could see off the top after that, right? Because if it was like a hasty Swiftspear and we give ire to the swing, the prowess goes, they have so much life gain too. It's just better just to get right into the next one. All right, guys. So far, it kind of feels like a little bit of a tough time, right? It doesn't, yeah, it's just, it's one of those things, I suppose, right? What on earth? Is that the orbs? That is terrifying, dude. It's an eyeball. I don't know how I feel about that. All right, let's keep the ball rolling, only roll it into some more victories. I definitely believe in the deck list enough to say that we can end on some high notes here. And also, guys, while I have you here at the middle of the video, make sure you check out that description where we got that Discord link as well as that Patreon link, too, if you're interested in joining either of those up or supporting the channel that way. Guys, I'm going to keep this because demand answers, and I hope that's okay. Like, I think a lot of these losses might be coming down to my incredibly risky decisions. Also, I might actually consider splashing black in the mana base because I can't believe it, but I think playing Callous Sell-Sword actually would have come in handy a few times now, so... Demand answers, probably send the mountain. Yes, we saw a creature. That's what matters, man. More mountains. So, like, how explosive do we want to go for the turn here, since we missed out on some early swings? So, Percussionist, and then we could go turn inside out, and then we could throw it, right? And then we'll get the Manifest Red. We'll see more off the top with Percussionist. Like, that's actually really freaking sick, right? That's really cool. Because it copies, so it's 7 damage. Yeah, we want to throw it for the turn too. Might be one of those things, dude, like those losses, yeah, it could have easily come down to me just being too greedy. So of course we want to grab Swiftspear for the option to eventually turn it face up if we want. Scamp or Hero? I think I'm going to go Scamp here, since it has the option to sacrifice itself when it comes time. Wow, Felonious Rage too. Okay. The opponent's at 6. Erexian Flesh Gorger is really good, man. Wow, Scamp off the top too. The 4 mana, we got to remember that anything that we target is being copied. Having Leyline for free is crazy, dude. What on earth? I don't even know what to say about that. So we'll still have 2 if we turn the other Scamp face up. And then we go Felonious Rage onto the first Scamp. Go on to the second Scamp too, right? That gives haste. We swing. Wherever they block, we go Monstrous Rage, then we put that onto the Scamps as well. And then, of course, if for some reason we didn't have enough damage, we still have the sacrifice on both Scamps too, which is kind of crazy, dude. That's exactly what the deck list is trying to do. The hand that we kept actually wasn't that risky, all thanks to demand answers, right? Not bad. The Clockwork Percussionist being thrown on the Sell-Sword was really, really good too. That's like a game where I really wish it was just like the first game. Even though like we're trying to, we set up the deck to do like the whole 2-turn red deck wins combo. Like how often are you actually going to be able to pull off that combo? Honestly, probably more often than what I was able to do today, but... But more often than not, the games are just going to look like that last game, I would expect, right? Woohoo! Woo! I like these hands, dude. I guess this one could also be risky with only the one creature in hand, but okay, Leyline for free, Heartfire Hero. Callous Sell-Sword off the top would do it, right? Since we have a way to give trample, but okay. So nothing too greedy here. We go for the swing, see what they do. See if we have to give trample to the hero. All right, so this would be just turn inside out and be happy about it, right? And maybe just like... maybe just sit on the other ones. 8, we could go up to 12. Yeah, unfortunately, if hero was Scamp, I guess technically that would have been our turn 2. I'm going to save the other ones, guys. Call me crazy. It would be like an extra 4 damage on the Felonious Rage. I want to save the trample on the Monstrous Rage, though, for sure. Yeah, so how often is the turn 2 going to happen? Because I, like, Heartfire Hero being Scamp, I mean, that's... I feel like that's going to happen often, but maybe I'm wrong. Oh, they go for the swing. It's hard to block mono red anyways because, yeah, because of the trampling abilities. But with Heartfire Hero being at 2... All right, anyone's game. Heartfire Hero. Yeah, that's pretty brutal, man. And showcasing why we got the 2 Felonious Rage. Wait a minute. They're at 12. Okay, never mind. Yeah, we couldn't have gotten there. Again, if Heartfire Hero was Scamp here, though, I'm pretty sure we would have been able to get there. That's 9. Yeah. I didn't miss lethal by dropping 2 Monstrous Rage and 2 Felonious Rages onto 1 hero, right? Right? Well, hope we don't die next turn. I'm going for the swings. All right, so what would that damage have been on the 1 hero? The hero would have gone up to 3, thanks to the extra counter. Then a double Felonious Rage would be 4. And then double Monstrous Rage. Wait a minute. Did I miss lethal? I'm pretty sure I missed lethal, guys. But now I'm not. Now I'm not sure. Monastery Swiftspear. Because Monstrous Rage rolls substitute, I still would have gotten the roll, then +2/+2, so +5, then 8, then 12, right? Wait, what was the opponent at? Well, either way, we just give trample to a couple of our guys. Leyline of Resonance being just disgusting here, man. So it didn't end up mattering, but I'm pretty sure I'll have to go back and watch the game because for some reason I'm having trouble mathing that out right now. So 1 hero. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. Luckily, it didn't end up mattering, but it could have easily. We were up against mirror match, you know, mono red goes fast. Guys, we're 33 minutes in. Let's go one more game. Win or lose, I'm satisfied enough, right? Like, I guess, like, I'm a little confused. But what's new, right? Yeah, no, I'm satisfied with how the deck list has played out. But I definitely have a lot of things to say about it, too, so. Opponent goes first. This could be really bad. I say we keep it. We push the deck list to its absolute limits. Who needs the ley line? Let's go Percussionist, because up against a cut down is pretty good. All right, turn 2. I wouldn't mind dropping a couple scamps, but we really should figure out what we're up against first. Okay. Okay. If it's Esper control, temporary lockdown still exists. Let's not play around it. Let's just go for it. Swiftspear lands. Percussionist lands. It's going to be nowhere to run. They're going to go -3 onto the Swiftspear. This nowhere to run looks really interesting, guys, because look at this. Creatures your opponents control can be the targets of spells and abilities as though they didn't have hexproof, and ward abilities of those creatures don't trigger. A very interesting card. Fear of Infinity can't block. You control enters from your graveyard to your hand. Okay. Oh, more mana here is really, really bad. So I don't know if this is like a board wipe style build. They don't have double white on the board right now. I guess temporary lockdown is in fact an enchantment, right? Oh well, we're going for it. Let's go scamp, because with all these mountains in hand, it's looking pretty bad for us, I would say. Unless we see like a demand answers to try to trade some of these out. More mountains. Crap, dude. Swing for 4. All right. We're not sacrificing the scamps yet. I'm sure the opponent's pretty happy that we didn't boost these scamps. Nothing from them. Swing for 2, back up to 15. Come on, guys. Come on. No, the flood. The flood. Oh no, not like this. Not for the last game. They do have a nowhere to run. Pop a scamp. Since it's -3/-3, it's completely safe to do. Back down to 12. Decline. I guess we play a mountain. Come on, guys. Come on. We can definitely see more than this off the top. Oh. Monstrous Rage. There we go. That's something at least, right? Can't be blocked. Let's go for that full swing. Okay, that's really good for us. Like, all these turns of not having something, the opponent decided we're going to risk this. Oh. Crap. Oh no, the demand answers. Was this the top card, or was the Leyline the top card? The demand answers would have been really good in hand. It doesn't really matter what we grab. So we'll grab, I guess, Leyline. The other one goes to the grave. That's pretty brutal, though. We do get to pop the Hall Creeper. All right, guys. I'd like to say it's anyone's game, but I think this is heavily leaning towards the opponent. Enduring Curiosity. Oh, they're going to start restocking their hand, too. Callous Sell-Sword. Okay. Okay, we don't mind throwing. I'm going to just start with the Percussionists and see what we see off the top there. See what we see. Because we're in danger either way, guys. It's a mountain. Oh, no. I honestly, I don't know what we could see. It has to be a card that helps us. So we need to find a demand answers, right? I'll just take the 6. Oh, wow, a Zur. It's a Zur build, guys. What on earth? All right, the opponent's at 19. Callous Sell-Sword is not going to be enough. However, I mean, does it start with the swing or the Sell-Sword fling? Right, because if we fling the Percussionist, ping for 1, they'll have the potential swing on the 2/2. Depending on what we see, I guess it starts with the fling because there's a possibility that we see something that's only at sorcery speed? A question mark? It's a mountain. Oh no, guys. Okay. We're going to try to survive the turn. Just one more turn because I want to see more off the top. You know, Blazing Crescendo, stuff like that could have been really, really good here. Which is, I don't know. I don't know how we wanted to do that. Yeah, no, doing that before combat makes sense, I guess. Because if we would have full swung, they could have just went Zur into the 2/2. If we would have swung with 1, they could have just let the 1 go through so we didn't see anything else off the top. Oh, they use Zur to power up their enchantments. I really wanted to... Hey, good game, opponent. I really wanted to see one more card off the top. We flooded pretty significantly there, unfortunately, guys. We are about 40 minutes in. I'm still confused. Let's go talk about the deck list. I don't know where exactly I'm landing with this one. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, after playing this, I will say this. I'm less afraid of other people playing Leyline of Resonance builds, right? I think that a lot of people are going to just lean heavy into what aggro red has been looking, right? And then just like slot Leyline of Resonance in. And personally, I don't know if that's the right way to do it. I feel like actually having ways to not only like find the combo pieces that you want to do heavy explosive damage all in one turn, but also trade out the ley lines that you see later on, because these are really bad top decks in a build like this, right? I actually really like the demand answers. I would not drop any of these. Did it feel a little clunky in some of those games? I'm not really sure. Like I said, I'm kind of confused. I'm kind of like, I'm sitting somewhere in the middle with this build, right? Like I can't really tell if it's like really good and we got like a little unlucky and I played it poorly, or like if it's just like a weird version of mono red aggro that might honestly be a little less consistent since we're relying heavily on the combo. Anyways, guys, Callous Sell-Sword, we probably need to consider splashing a black source in the mana base to actually be able to play this. I can't believe it, but having 16 1-drops wasn't enough. And that's honestly what it felt like. However, that being said, yeah. We probably want to splash black in the mana base. It was probably a mistake not doing that. Should I change it now? Or should I just tell you guys to consider that? I'm going to say that the deck list performed well enough, I guess, to not change anything. And the changes that we're talking about right now are up to you changes and what I would potentially do or what I would do for next time I play this list, right? That's what I'm thinking, right? I think if you're splashing black, then you don't want to overdo it with like a bunch of pain lands and stuff. You probably just want to splash. Let's see our options here real quick. Not this, because early on it might literally just be a black source, which would be really bad for this deck list. Probably just the Black Cleave Cliffs. You'd probably be happy with just 4 of them. And then even if you do end up splashing the black, right? That doesn't mean that you're going to see it when you see your Sell-Sword too. So a couple things, man. Turn inside out feels pretty good. The Dreadmaw's Ire felt pretty bad. Maybe you just want to drop this and go up another Felonious Rage and be happy about it. Yeah, the games where we saw Leyline in our opener, those were kind of like, that's always like going to be the best case scenario, right? Regardless of what else is in your hand. And if you end up like not having any of the combo in hand, then having like demand answers and stuff. Blazing Crescendo, I could see 3 of these too. I could see dropping the Ire for a 3rd Crescendo as well. I could definitely see that. Man. Okay. Let's recap here real quick. I could see dropping Ire for a 3rd Crescendo. I could see dropping 4 Mountains for the Black Cleave Cliffs. Is that it? Is that all I have to say? Like, sure, it performed well enough for me personally not to change anything right now, but it also seemed to perform relatively bad too. Was that like... What was that? What's that feeling? What's that thing that I'm feeling currently? Clockwork Percussionist. I really, really like how it pairs with the demand answers, but is it a worthwhile pick for this build? Hasty, artifact creature, dies, exile card. You can play it all the way until your next turn, which is huge. You know, it doesn't say like this turn. Like it's actually really huge that this says next turn. Oh, it also doesn't just pair with demand answers, of course. We actually saw throwing it with the Callous Sell-Sword still feels pretty good, and it's not like, it's not hard to get this boosted up when that ley line's on the board as well. You boost it a little bit, and then you don't feel bad about throwing it because you're seeing a bunch off the top. I like it. I actually really like the Clockwork Percussionist. I was trying for a second to talk myself out of it, but I actually really like this. So, all right, guys, let me know in the comments. Are you as confused as I am? How many, like, what was the win rate of the video? I have no idea, because It is the first day of the new set, which means usually the deck tracker takes a little bit to update, so we didn't have like the wins and losses up here being tracked. Like, maybe we won more than I'm thinking, but it honestly felt like we lost a lot too. This is just one of those videos, man. I'm going to just have to go back and rewatch it and figure this out. I'm just relatively confused. Guys, Leyline of Resonance is a rare. Be cautious about this. Be cautious about crafting this. We don't know where the meta is going to settle. We literally just don't know if this is going to be a card that we want a 4 of in these style of builds, or if just leaning towards this combo actually made the deck list jankier. We just don't know. Just like more testing is required for sure. I didn't craft a single one of these. I actually pulled all 4 of them from a pack. So I was like, hey, perfect. Yeah, from my, not pre-release packs. What am I trying to say there? The pre-purchase packs. What the crap are those called right now? You know what? You know, I need a nap. All right, guys. All right, hey, if you made it this far into the video for real, y'all are champions. I forget if I brought this up earlier, but make sure you do the YouTube stuff. If you enjoyed the video, drop it a like. If you enjoyed the channel, make sure you give it a subscribe. All that really does help out the channel and, yeah, helps out the Red Cat community. So thank you guys. All right, hey, we'll see you in the next video.